White privilege in Africa has been the topic of conversation in this recent weeks and months because of a content creator that brought it up to the forefront. She was saying that there's special treatment that is given to white people, and she hates that about Africans, which a lot of people agreed and share their stories. This is another sister that came forward to talk about her experience when it comes to traveling within Africa with a white person with her.
So I've basically been traveling the continent for the past 6 months with like white people and other people of color, but anyway, and some of the experiences that I have gotten have been so sickening. Like, I remember I was in Tanzania recently. I say Tanzania and that's just so sickening, but anyway, yes, I was there. I was in that country recently, and I was traveling like with this white girl. And I started getting really annoyed because I started noticing whenever we would go to like particularly touristy places, because when we would go to not touristy places, they would speak to me because I had a little bit of Swahili, you feel me? But when we would go to the touristy places, they literally would just talk to her and like just like cater to her, and I was just sitting there like, damn, am I chopped liver? And then I finally told her, and she was like, actually, yeah. And she started noticing it too. And like, I remember one time where she was like, why haven't you helped my friend too? Like, Brandy, do you need anything? And it was actually so cute and so sweet that like she actually did notice. But that's one experience in that country. And then also, we were going to this club called Babylon. I'm gonna put them on blast. Babylon, I think in Santon in South Africa, right? And we didn't have like our IDs, and you're supposed to have your IDs to be able to get into the club. Tell me why most of the group that were people were able to just like walk into the club, and the bouncer was like just like, okay. But then so like me, this Cameroonian guy, and then like this other guy also from South Africa, we couldn't get in, and we're like, but you literally just let our friends walk in. Like, I have a picture of my whatever, and he's like, nope, read the sign. Can you read the sign? I was like, you wasn't telling them to read the sign, you were letting them in. And then of course, because I can't, if it's time to call somebody a racist, I will call you a racist to your face. Sometimes if I'm feeling a little emboldened and I've had like a little cocktail or two. So I tell the bouncer, I was like, you're an embarrassment and you're racist. You let all of these white people go in, but now when it comes to letting Africans in, you can't let us in. And tell me why this man was like, don't act like you don't know what this is. Like, you can pay me, like just pay me and I'll let you in. I was like, so he knows what he's doing. He knows what's up. Like, pure freaking racism, bro.
It's a sad conversation, and it's really not fun to talk about this, but it needs to be talked about. We need to address it, and we need to rebuke it, basically, because what are we really saying? What are we communicating to one another? You're putting someone else before your own people, your own brothers and sisters, your own neighbors, your own children, your own self. That's called self-hatred. We need to work on that. Also, I want to make it clear that it's not everyone that's like this, okay? Before we start getting comments like that. But there is definitely a problem when it comes to people treating white people differently. In the service industry, it's because they believe that they'll tip them more. They believe that they have more money. That's another topic, because when it comes to tourism, these people survive on getting money from the people that they serve and the people that they show around, so they tend to treat them differently. But there are other people not in the service industry, they're not tipping you or anything like that, you're just crossing paths, but they will still treat them better than their own kind. It needs to be addressed. If it's colonization of the mind, if it's mental slavery, we still need to address it, so we don't continue with this mentality and we don't continue teaching our kids the same issues that we've been facing. If it's a problem of loving yourself, you need to address it before you give it to your kids, before you teach your kids to hate themselves and to respect and put another race on a pedestal. This needs to be addressed, honestly. Otherwise, we're just gonna end up repeating history. Anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about this topic. I am Wongel Zelalem.